In this article by Linda Papadaki, she talks about objectification in many different lenses through different theories. Once put on the table, she talks about what the true definition of objectification should be. The contemporary feminist theory is associated with anti-pornography works of McKinnon and Dworkin. These women claim that because of men's obsession with pornography, it causes women to be objectified. Nussbaum describes the negative and positive aspects of objectification. What is not set in stone is the actual meaning of objectification. Kant describes objectification as treating another person as an object in the sense of a tool for someone else's purposes. The person is then reduced to an object, made into one and not just treated as one, and thus it's a negative phenomenon as it harms a person's humanity, especially outside of marriage. McKinnon and Dworkin add that only women can be victims of objectification. As McKinnon agrees it reduces a woman's humanity, these women believe that it does not only occur during a sex act. Through pornography, men start to believe that women should be submissive in everyday life. Nussbaum sees objectification as possibly positive in ways that their humanity is not denied. For example, treating a woman as a pillow is not negatively hurting her humanity as long as you treat her as a person in everyday life. Papadaki argues that, that Kant, McKinnon, and Dworkin's conception is too narrow. She believes that there's sometimes when a person is treated like an object is not going to end their humanity or hurt it in any way. The individual's humanity, especially, is too extreme of a statement for a monogamous sex life and marriage to hurt someone's humanity. Papadaki also does not want to adopt Nussbaum's conception either. She claims that Nussbaum is making the word objectification way too broad and it should mean something more definite. Nussbaum's conception would have to mean that every service we acquire from our community is objectifying and making objectification so popularly used that it would associate it with no negative lens eventually. She thus believes we should only define objectification in a negative context and restrict it to morally objectionable. It is to be defined as seeing or treating a person as an object in one of 7 ways, such as instrument, inert, fungible, viable, owned, denied autonomy, denied subjectivity, in such a way that denies this person's humanity. A person's humanity is denied when it is ignored, or not properly acknowledged, or harmed in any way. It thus can take on reductive or non-reductive principles, such as when a person's humanity is harmed, or their humanity is ignored or not acknowledged. Also, it could be intentional or unintentional in denying humanity or ignoring it. Now, for the specific evaluation, in this article, it was very clear that Papadaki did her research in analyzing the term objectification. She really asked the question as to why, you just have to figure out what objectification is first to start seeing the trends in social culture. I like that she gives 3 plausible opinions of the term, and she proves them inefficient as well as giving her own opinion. By showing everyone's side of what they think objectification is, shows that she's willing to challenge and she's willing to accept other opinions other than hers as well. It was very clear to understand that she's very insightful in this argument, and she very much explores the meaning and puts it to use and really thinks outside of the box.